Detective Talk of the Day, Saturday the 4th day of November, 7:38 Central Daylight Savings Time. It ends tonight, boys, or 2 o'clock in the morning. The almighty JS2. You know, this bird dog on this system, on this detector, the Manicore can sneak out low conductors in some bad situations if that machine is set up right. The JS2 can sneak out both high and low conductors. Now, you know, you can use this selectively. For example, what about down the sidewalk areas, the high traffic areas of like churches, old houses? Okay, you don't have to use this in the whole site. And if you found finds in a site before, did you notice any trends? Maybe the areas where you found the most stuff, you might want to put the old bird dog in there. Why is that? Because it will see stuff you can't see running this machine traditionally. Fact, okay? Just won't see it. Now, how you going to get it out of the ground? You know, what if you've only got 35 or an hour and a half to detect, and you decide, you know what? Let's go over here at this old house or this old church, and let's, you know, let's go down the high traffic areas and play around a little bit, see what happens. You know, it don't take much. You see that situation right there? That's a silver dime. Now I can put a silver ring in there, okay, gold ring. I'm going to show you in this video, you're going to see sensitive program running at silencer 2 in the bird dog, and sensitive FT running at 0 silencer, 0 full tone, 0 silencer. I'll even dial the offset to 10. I don't believe that's going to help this machine any, okay? So here's that situation there. That's not overly complicated, is it? I mean, that could exist. Probably exists more than we realize. Just 2 lonely nails and a silver dime. Now, they're close to the same plane, but that could exist. Here's sensitive FT, silencer 0. Both of these programs will be at speed 3. That's what you got. That's what you got on that. So you could have been in a site running this machine down by some old sidewalk somewhere, high traffic area. That could be laying just a mere 3 inches deep. You've never heard it. Here's the sensitive program set up in bird dog. Notice it's sort of a fuller tone on that, okay? And one thing you'll notice about this bird dog, a lot of times, if you rotate on the target, you may have to change your coil position, meaning you may have to push the coil forward or back depending. Okay? See how I had to push the coil forward? Alright, but that's because of that nail right there. Alright, let me turn this camera off. You got that little gold ring down there, boys. 2 measly nails. Just 2. Sensitive FT, silencer 0. Alright. Sensitive program bird dog. So these 4-way lockups, I call them. You know, when you see this machine that gives 4-way in that bird dog, and it's locked up on 1 or 2 running bird dog, there's high chance you can run this machine traditionally and you will hear nothing, okay? Yeah, that gold ring's still down there. Now it's got more complex, boys. Could that exist in a site? Sure it could. That could be in a high traffic area. Well, sensitive FT silencer 0. what would you do? Sensitive program bird dog. You see that meter? Hear that tone is full. It's not a little pipsqueak, okay? It's more of a fuller tone. It can get sort of ragged, you know. You hear that right there? How would you find that with this machine running this thing traditionally? Somebody needs to explain it to me. There's a clad quarter. I could go in the house and get a silver quarter, but I don't think there's no need. You see that right there? That could exist, right? Well, we don't know what's down there, boys. Sensitive program bird dog. You see that meter? I'm getting some audio on that, really 360 detection, okay? 360 degrees detection. Sensitive FT size are 0. Probably getting some falsing off that nail right there. Take that old quarter out of there and sweep that right there with this sensitive FT. Yeah, you see what I'm talking about? Yeah, that could exist too. You know, we don't know what's out there. Let me ask you this question, boys. You know, old sharpshooter, there's a guy down the road here. He dug a Civil War officer's gold ring out of this site that I had been in. He dug it with a pulse machine. Now, I seen some of the video footage. I didn't see the actual dig. It was after the fact, but he's telling the truth because they linked it back to going through the rosters down there. Now, he was down there digging like a moe with that pulse machine, boys. But he come out there with a damn nice find, didn't he? So what I'm saying is, what if you cruised up to some old house somewhere? Maybe you've done been there with the dates too. You go down that damn sidewalk and a damn $5 gold coin pops. Yeah, then what are you going to think about the bird dog? Huh? Oh, in real high iron sights, this is not the easiest to use. It's not the easiest to use. But, you know, there's places where this could help you. I mean, you know, I think an old house sidewalk where you found coins, you know, you might behoove you to run this old call down through there like set up like this, boys. Just to see. You'll never know until you do it. Does everybody agree with that? You'll never know, will you? Running DS2 conventionally, you'll never know unless you just dig the side up and sift it with a sifter box. How about that? That's common sense, right? I mean, you know, you have success and you have failures. Well, the only way you're going to get success on that quarter and them nails right there and all these other targets I showed you is running this machine like so. Like I said, the Manicore on high, I haven't found a way to monkey with it, but on low conductors, it can do some things, but the DS2 can do it on both low and high with this manipulation, if that's what you want to call it. I mean, it is a piece of equipment with settings on it. If we can adjust it where it allows us to do something different, something we can't do, that's not a bad thing, is it? It's not a bad thing. Like I said, somebody pulls out a nice find. One guy said he found a cowbush dime. You know, them ain't too easy to find in this country. I found one. They're not easy to find. Well, anyway, let me turn the camera off here and show one more. You know, boys, the way this old country's what's happening, you know, there's lots of construction, you know, lots of sites being pushed around, older sites, old people are dying, land's being tracked. That's an old honker gold ring down there. I want you to see what kind of mess that thing is in. That could be, you know, that could exist. That's a monster gold ring, boys. You see it down in there? Well, here's sensitive FT. Silencer 0. What do you hear? There's no idea in that window. I may try to get that gold ring out there. That's a nail false. Sensitive program, bird dog. You see that meter? And turn it on this tower, get sleeping that thing. I'm gonna turn this camera off. I'm gonna get that gold ring out of there. We'll go back here to sensitive FT. No idea in the window. You hear that racket it's making. Let's see if that's that gold ring or is that old nail falsing. All right, boys, I got that gold ring out there and got her back, I think, pretty close. Here's the old bird dog system. That's where we was getting a little signal there with that old sensitive FT. That's where I'm at right now. You hear that? That's sensitive FT. Bird dog sensitive program. Okay, so I mean, you have to make up your mind, if that does exist, if that gold ring being on there exists, again, how are you going to get it out of there with this machine, or actually any other machine for that matter? I'd like to see another machine get that out. Maybe that Legend can do it. I don't know. I don't believe an E-Track or CTX. I don't believe a DS1 to get that out. I ain't put no HF elliptical call on it. Alright? I mean, I just shared this because it can find stuff for you. In very critical situations. Everybody ought to agree with that, surely.